Are you ready?
Oh, yeah!
Strap yourselves in for the Gaming Hub. Your hosts, Tyler.
You can't handle the
Ready? Graham.
Oh, yeah!
And Steven.
You cannot be serious!
Let's get started.
Oh!
Ready? Graham. And Steven.
You cannot be serious!
Hey everybody, welcome into the Gaming Hub. This is episode number 162, and we are in Los Angeles live for E3 2019. You know, it's been a long time coming. Graham, you've been doing this with me since day one, and we've always had kind of a goal to do this. And here we are.
Pretty much, yep.
Yeah, so pretty cool. And by the way, first video podcast we've done. So hi everybody. And we are in a house that belongs to none of us. And we are actually at an Airbnb. Thank you so much to the kind people who, put this together for us, let us use it, all that stuff. They've been great so far. And if they're watching this, hi, thank you. And thanks for leaving the drinks in the refrigerator.
Yes.
That was very much needed. And
Making good
appreciated.
use of it for sure.
But yeah, we all landed in Los Angeles today, and we're ready to go, I think. And we're all tired. Except Graham, the one we thought would be tired is not.
I'm just running on energy and excitement right now.
2 hours of sleep is good enough for you.
30 energy drinks later. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, that's like old Graham, actually. That's like, Graham 2 years ago. You need like 15 minutes sleep. But, hey, Ryan, thanks for the sub. By the way, if you're listening and you've never listened to our E3 coverage before, our E3 coverage is a little bit different in that the episodes aren't quite as structured as normal.
We'll say that.
It's kind of, we talk about what's on our mind. We talk about what we're excited about, but it's not like by the numbers, news, and all that stuff. Okay. By the way, since we're already I talk with my hands a lot, so you're going to notice that as we go.
I'm a bit of a hand talker too, but
Yeah.
I'm just going to fold them here in my lap.
I'm gonna sit on my hands.
But Graham, you are represented here. We have a mascot.
Yes.
Steven, you want to explain the mascot?
Yeah, so this is good old Reggie. Graham, one day, a long, long time ago, decided that Nintendo Online would come back, but under a new name. And we started calling it Purple Rainbow Unicorn, and it just kind of stuck and we ran with it. So we decided we'd get a Purple Rainbow Unicorn to bring in E3, and then Canada flag to make Graham feel at home.
Yeah.
It's just country that we've never been to. So we decided
I'm feeling a lot of love here.
You
Appreciate
should.
it.
You should. And,
Yes.
Eventually, my prediction could not be right. But
Someday,
eventually,
man.
anything can
I
happen.
mean, I hope
Yeah.
you are right, but
Yes.
right now.
Well, we're going to get the E3 predictions later, and Graham will have plenty to say about Nintendo there, I'm sure. But,
Maybe.
guys, driving in today, we took a bit of a detour, I guess.
Yes, you did.
And, part of it was due to the fact that traffic here is awful.
Yeah, it was awful no matter which direction.
It was pretty
Yeah.
bad.
But we decided to get off and go through downtown LA right next to the convention center. And we posted some pictures on Discord, just kind of driving by. Sorry, the quality's not great, everybody. But we got pictures of the huge banner for Cyberpunk, for Doom. We drove by. Yeah, Borderlands. Yeah, Borderlands.
We saw Gears posters.
We did see Gears posters, and we saw the Microsoft Plaza, Xbox Plaza.
Well, you
But
did. I
I
didn't.
did. It's
I didn't either.
really
I was
cool.
focusing on the road, making sure these two made it safely.
Yes.
Good
Yes.
driver.
Great driver.
Great driver, some might say.
So, yes, thank you.
One did say.
Yes, you did. Thank you.
Although he didn't have any water waiting for us in the vehicle.
I know, I'm not an
It was
Uber.
kind of upsetting.
I didn't get a tip either, so there you go.
Well, it's because you didn't have any water in it.
Yeah. It's only urine waiting for us.
I know, I'm not an Uber.
But yeah, so we got a chance to go by there. It's awesome, guys. It's huge. The convention center's huge. There is E3 stuff everywhere down the entire street. So it's gonna be so much fun going down there. Can't wait to get there. We're starting tomorrow with EA.
Save the best for first. Right?
Yeah.
Is that how it goes?
Sure.
Well, it does have one of the games we're most excited to see, right?
True.
does.
Yep.
And in Star Wars, I almost said Star Wars Battlefront 3.
Oh,
we know-
We
now
know you're excited for
Very
that
bad.
one, Tyler.
Wouldn't that be the
Not
ultimate
that.
troll if they pulled that tomorrow? And they were like, all that Jedi Fallen or something. We were just kidding.
Just draw a
It's
big
Battlefront
curtain and
3.
Battlefront 3.
Yeah.
Just release the mask like the old Scooby-Doo cartoons?
Yeah.
I think you would hear boos. I think they would.
I think there might be a riot.
Do you guys not have phones? So,
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna get a chance to see Jedi Fallen Order. We're not gonna get to play it, right? It's just a chance to see it, see gameplay.
Yeah.
Does
I
that
think so.
sound right?
Is that right, Steven?
Yeah, it's just a theater experience. It's not an actual, you don't actually get to play. But that's still exciting. I think they're going to be showing us gameplay, but it's probably one of those things where the gameplay's not. Well, it should be done. I mean, the game comes out, what, in October? Is it November?
It's gotta be.
You would think, but.
Like enough that you could show a substantial amount of gameplay.
So, quick time out, guys. What audio issues are you having?
You would think, but.
Like enough that you could show a substantial amount of gameplay.
Yeah, well.
So, quick time out, guys. What audio issues? What audio issues are you getting? Is it too quiet, too loud? What's the deal?
Is it me? Tyler?
Yeah, well.
Steve?
Yeah.
Steven?
What
Oh, he's
what
gone.
audio issues are you getting? Is it too quiet, too loud? What's the deal?
Is it me?
There's two audios going at the same
Steve? Steven? Oh, he's
What
gone.
audio issues are you getting? Is it too quiet, too loud? What's the deal? So they say it's repeating.
I used to have that issue. Steven? Oh, don't ask me how to fix it. Long time ago.
So they say it's repeating.
Is it like
I used
doing
to
the
have that
loopy
issue.
thing?
That's what I think.
Is it looping or is it just echoing?
See, look, if you. Is it like doing the loopy thing?
Yeah, what if you just...
Is it looping or is it just echoing?
See, look, if you.
Do you have it lined up right? Yeah, what if you just...
Is it
Could it be the fact... Because when these are muted, this is still going through. So this might be looping. Could it be the fact... Because when these are muted, this is...
how does that sound, guys? Is that better or is it not doing that anymore? So that's better. It's good. It's not looping anymore. Okay, cool. Yeah, we just had to input. Hear it. So, okay. And all right, we should be all good to go.
I wish I didn't have such a big fucking farmer.
All right, we're unmuted. So, guys, we're gonna start over. I really apologize about that.
Blind you guys.
It's
Blind you.
one of those things where we're gonna learn by effing up, and
Yes.
yeah, we'll get it right. All right, we're gonna start again here momentarily.
10-4, good buddy.
So just
It was kind of a
Yeah,
learning
so-
experience
yeah.
when it was just audio, and now that we're introducing video,
yeah,
it's kind of a learning...
this
little-
was bound to be
different learning
disastrous,
experience.
and it only took the first 10 minutes.
Yeah,
to do.
no. This was
Um,
my expectations.
That fucking that tank's awful.
God.
I need to go Suns out, guns out tomorrow at EA.
Yeah.
Suns out,
All right.
guns out. Get the tank out.
Okay, I need a few seconds of silence so I can get the starting point for editing.
Why don't you just stop and start it over?
Okay, I guess. I'm fine.
That way you don't have to edit as much.
Yes, I know.
It's pain in the ass.
No.
I can't say that.
Oh, you-
Digging the Twins hat. Okay.
thank you.
All right, Chaotic Clover.
Go Twins, go! And
Graham-
go Raptors, go!
Oof.
Graham
Oh,
got a
Canadian.
Twins t-shirt today, and Steven got a Twins t-shirt
I did
today,
get a
and he's
Twins.
trashing on the Twins. So, yeah.
Suns out, guns out.
God. All right. Okay, we're going to start again right now.
Are you ready?
Oh
Strap yourselves in for the Gaming Hub. Your hosts, Tyler,
You can't handle the truth.
Graham,
The force is strong in this one.
and Steven.
You cannot be serious.
Let's get started.
Alrighty then.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Gaming Hub. This is episode number 162. I'm your host Tyler saying thank you so much for joining us, and for the first time ever we're on video. So if you're watching on Twitch or YouTube, thank you first of all for checking that out. And second, we're getting used to looking into the camera. So if we don't, forgive us this time around.
We see you.
Yep.
Wow. You see us.
We see you if we remember to look at it.
Yeah.
So there's that. If you're joining us through any podcast app, thank you so much for listening. We really appreciate it. Again, I'm your host, Tyler. We're joined by our two co-hosts, Graham and Steven.
In the flash.
Yeah,
It's me.
Not
your
just
boy,
audio.
It's your boy Steven.
we're here at E3, guys.
We are.
It's been a long time coming. We've been wanting to do this for 3 years. By the way, this is the 3rd anniversary of the show, also.
Dun dun dun.
Right now.
Where's the
We started-
celebratory
yeah.
music?
Our very first episode was, I think, EA at E3 in 2016.
I'm pretty sure you're right.
Yep. That was episode number 1. What a way to kick off, right, with EA at E3.
Yeah.
Because, you know, a train wreck covering a train wreck.
Yep.
So
We had nowhere to go but up at that point,
right,
right?
in many ways, either in what we were talking about or in how we talked about it. So thank you, everybody who's been listening for a long time. 3 years is awesome. Many, many more years to come. And we're excited. We're so excited to be here, though. And I'm going to turn over to co-host here in a second. And before I do that, though, I just want to tell everybody, if you're listening through your podcast app, our E3 episodes are, first of all, it's going to be a lot of them. Minimum of 7, actually 8, because we have something really exciting to announce to everybody. And I said next Wednesday, we got asked by the EA or the E3 team. I have EA on the
Yeah.
We got asked by the E3 team if we wanted to do a live show from the podcast, from the E3 floor, in the podcast booth. And obviously we're going to do that. That's an awesome opportunity, guys. So
Yeah.
congratulations, guys. That's huge.
Congratulations to you too, Tyler.
We're super happy about that.
Steve.
And we're going to be doing it from 11 to 1 Wednesday morning Pacific time. And we'll be trying, as long as the Wi-Fi is good enough, we'll be broadcasting it on Twitch, but we'll for sure have it on YouTube for you. And we can't wait to do it. It's going to be awesome doing it live from the show floor with everybody there, excited to be at E3. And that's going to be a lot of fun. So, all right, now I'm going to turn it over to these guys and talk about just your travels here today and how excited you are to be here.
Well, I learned that traffic in LA is pretty rough. Like, it's slow,
Yeah.
it's congested, you're turning this way, you're turning that way, but we had a great chauffeur, Steven.
Yes.
Chauffeur.
Okay.
Amazing driver.
Amazing
He's the best
driver who came in
F1 racer or whatever.
F1 racer.
Yeah.
F1 raced into
Stunt-
that airport,
Stunt driving down.
changed
you
the
know,
tires at one point,
down to
came,
105.
picked us up.
He came right from the Indianapolis 500.
That's right,
too,
I
yep.
did.
And so, but yeah, Steven was there to pick us up, and that's awesome. Guys, we took a detour on the way. You guys want to talk about that?
We did. So
We did.
there was bad traffic no matter which way. Like what should have been like a 35-minute drive was what? Probably about an hour and 10 minutes. And so I was just like, Tyler wanted to get off the freeway at Figueroa because he was like, we could just take that straight down through downtown. So we drove straight through downtown. But as such, we did get to pass the convention center, the Microsoft Theater, which you saw. We saw a bunch of posters. Tyler got pictures of, I think, Doom and Cyberpunk,
Yep.
and Graham got a Borderlands 3 poster. We passed Gears of War, or Gears 5, because it's not Gears of War anymore, Gears 5 posters, and we got to see kind of where we're going to be for most of the week, except for basically tomorrow, which will be in Hollywood at EA.
Hollywood.
At the Hollywood Palladium. But the rest of the week will be down the same street we decided to drive through. So it's cool to see. It looked really great. I'm excited to go check it out more as the week goes on. And yeah, I mean, the only downside was there was a lot of people, a lot of traffic, a lot of pedestrians.
Yeah.
And that was scary. I mean, not scary, but like, you know, because people in LA just,
You gotta be
they'll
careful,
cross
for
the
sure.
street. They don't care. They think they have the right
Oh,
of way,
yeah.
which, I mean, I guess you
Well, they
do.
kind of do, I guess.
But
But
they,
you know,
they do abuse it. They really do.
they do.
In every city, not just here.
Yeah. But
you know,
the word poster doesn't really do it justice, though. I don't think.
No.
No, that
It
Doom.
covered the side of the building.
Yeah, go check.
It's
Go check out on
it's
Twitter. Twitter, we posted the picture.
on Twitter and Discord.
And Discord.
Yeah.
It's in
So,
Discord.
so last year Bethesda did the same thing, but they did it with Fallout 76. And this time, I don't know, I thought last year it was only 2 buildings, but maybe it was 3. But this year it was 3 buildings, like, I don't know, 30 stories or 20 stories of it, and just like 3 buildings across was all like Doom, because Doom Eternal is coming out, and that's definitely one of their main focuses. So it was nice seeing that actually. When you were driving out, it's like, guys, like this is it, E3.
Yeah,
I know.
we're here.
We're into it
We
now.
made it.
yeah,
So-
it became very real at that moment,
Yeah.
I think. Outside of that, and until that point, it was just kind of like dealing with traveling and flying and stuff. So,
Yeah,
and Steven driving for an hour in LA traffic. So,
Yes.
but we got some good food.
Yeah.
We had some good food.
yeah, let's
Yeah.
talk about that. So, Graham, Steven and I have had In-N-Out before. I've been to California before. I lived in Arizona for a while, so I had access to it. Steven, you've been here basically almost your whole life,
Yeah,
right?
and even when I was in Texas,
Mhm.
they put it in and out in after like a year,
Yeah.
and there was already in and outs in Austin and Dallas. So yeah, I've never not had an in and out.
Didn't know what it was.
But this guy from Canada has never had it before.
Never.
And he, has never been this far west, or southwest anyway,
Southwest.
in the U.S. Yep, so never had the opportunity to have it. Yeah, I had it for the first time today, and we got Shin in style with the 4x4,
Yes.
which, Steven, you want to explain that for people who don't know what that is?
Yeah, so I mean, In-N-Out has their normal like regular menu of just double doubles and single hamburgers and cheeseburgers, but their secret menu is where the good stuff is. And so a 4x4, it's just 4 patties and 4 pieces of cheese on a bun with lettuce and tomatoes. But we got it animal style, so you add grilled onions and pickles, and they cook the patties in mustard rather than just regular, just the patties by themselves. Plus, there's the spread. Then you got animal fries, which have the cheese, the spread, and the grilled onions on it.
Mhm.
And then he did get the pink lemonade. It's always good to try once. I'm not a huge fan of it. I think if you mix it with 7-Up, I've heard some good things about that. I think there's a name
Oh,
for
now
it.
you tell me?
Yeah, I forgot about that. My bad.
That's
But
okay.
we are gonna probably end up going back, and we're gonna get him that, and we're gonna get him
Neapolitan shake.
the Neapolitan shake. And I know people in Discord really want him to have the Flying Dutchman. I don't know why you would not want to have the bun. I love the bun, but you can get it without the bun, Flying Dutchman style. If
So
that's
it's
something.
a burger without a bun?
Yeah, and there's like no lettuce on it either.
So it's just patties?
Basically, and cheese, and you can you can make it animal style with the spread and stuff. But what's the point? I mean, the bun is the device to get it into your mouth.
That's true.
And, bread is the best. So I don't know why you would go without it, but there you go.
So,
No,
Graham,
it-
your thoughts on it?
My thought was it was pretty amazing. Like, when I knew it was like 4 patties and cheese, I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna make my way through it. I plowed through that thing, and I could have ate a second one if it was there. Basically, I had to pick all the wrapping out of it, which had a little more fiber to it. But besides that, it was delicious, and those fries were amazing. I ate the whole thing, and like I said, I probably could have ate more, but you don't want to go into a food coma, because I wouldn't be here right now. I'd be sleeping either on the floor, the couch, or wherever.
Yeah.
So, no, it was good, and I definitely look forward to trying again. And Neapolitan shake.
Do you know what that is?
No.
You never had Neapolitan ice cream?
Yes.
That's
what it
that
is.
in the shake form.
So, it's,
Chocolate, strawberry, and vanilla mixed together.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
It is good.
Mhm.
All right,
Um,
let's do it.
By the way, for those of you that can see us on video, and if you're just listening to us in your podcast app, maybe go to YouTube and give us a watch, or on Twitch in the VODs. We have Reggie here making an appearance, plus Canadian flag for Graham, make him more
Go
comfortable
Canada.
here in America.
Go
So,
Raptors.
just a quick description of why Reggie is here.
Mhm.
Actually, it was about last E3 or maybe a little bit before that.
It
Nintendo.
was, it was a little before when they did their online, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. They decided that they were going to get rid of their.
I was like, we're going to talk
yeah,
about this again.
Nintendo. Oh, what was it? Was it Nintendo Online?
Yeah, it was Nintendo Switch Online.
Yeah. When
Because they didn't include.
being able
Virtual
to play.
console.
Yeah, virtual console is
Yeah.
what it was.
That's what-
So Graham's like, well, maybe it'll come back under another name, and we were like, well, purple, and then purple rainbow unicorn.
The
And-
thing was, though, Graham, you got really fired up about it.
It was.
And you're like, you don't know that they're not going to.
They weren't psychic. Come on now. Maybe
So-
they're right, but they didn't know that time they were right.
Graham, everybody knew we were right.
Yes.
Except you. So, but yeah, so we said, we're going to call it Purple Rainbow Unicorn now because that's about how likely it is to come back.
Yeah,
So now, if you are a sub to us on Twitch, you have that.
that's true. You do have the
to
Purple
use,
Rainbow Unicorn emote.
Which
And
is
we
being
named-
used right now.
Don't abuse it. Don't
Abuse
abuse it.
Don't
Feel
abuse
free.
it. No.
You guys subscribe. You get it. You can use it as much as you want. Go into other people's chats. Use it. It's for you.
Yep.
By the way, we did name it Reggie in honor of Reggie Phils Ames,
Mhm.
who's not with us anymore. Not because he's not alive, just because
That
he's.
was morbid. That was,
Wow. He is not
Wow.
the head of Nintendo.
We're
Now we
gonna
have
have his eulogy right
now
now.
we have some guy named Doug Bowser. I mean, come on.
yeah.
What kind of name is Bowser to run Nintendo?
Yeah.
It's almost like it's like one of their main antagonists. In the
I'm actually
series.
excited to see Doug Bowser on stage for E3. Well,
They're not going
not
to
on
do it
stage. Sorry.
on stage
Maybe
in a video.
Maybe
right?
they will. Maybe they'll show up on a different platform. But
Mm.
anyways, when they do the
Will he be riding a purple rainbow unicorn?
He
maybe.
might.
But yeah, okay. When he does the Nintendo Direct, I just interested to see how he goes out. He's got to make some kind of reference about his name being Bowser
Oh, it has to.
and Bowser. Like that's kind of expected.
Mhm.
But it's kind of like passing the torch now with this E3, right? So let's see what
It's true.
Doug Bowser does.
That is a good
Yep.
point, Graham.
So I'm
Mhm.
excited to see how he performs.
Yep, and we might see him on the show floor because they do a lot of stuff where, like, Reggie would always be on the floor filming different things.
Yeah.
And, that they show on their website or Twitter or whatever, or YouTube. So we might see him on the show floor. I'm guessing Graham's going to spend a little time there.
Maybe.
Possibly.
Yeah.
We might let him loose,
It's
to
a
go
good chance.
through Nintendo. Not that there's that much stuff coming out for it.
No.
No.
And we'll get into that. I know that, like I said, our E3 episodes are a little different. They're not as structured. We're not going to have a news segment tonight where we would talk about the Pokemon stuff or anything. We'll cover that when we do Nintendo on Tuesday. And, so don't expect it by the numbers if you've been listening for a while and didn't listen to last year at E3. It will be a little bit different this time during this next week. But we will have those 8 episodes coming to you. And we generally do a lot of content for E3. So it'll be fun.
Probably more this year than any years before.
Yeah.
Maybe even like as much as the years before combined with
Mhm.
all the video and stuff we plan on getting
Yep.
and
It's
interviews.
going to be a busy week for
It'll
sure.
be fun though.
And we're going to get
It'll
as
be
much
fun.
content to the community as we can.
Yep.
For sure.
All right. So on that note, Steven, you want to talk about how people can join us?
Yeah. As a reminder, we're the official podcast of the Xbox Hub. Head on over to the xboxhub.com for all the latest and greatest in news, reviews, and everything else in the world of Xbox. As always, we're live right now on Twitch. go to TXH Gaming Hub and drop a follow there. And while you're there, you can get links to Discord and Facebook and see all the great convo we have there. There's going to be a lot of stuff going up for E3. We have E3 channels open where you can just talk about all this cool stuff. We're going to be posting pictures, all the fun stuff. We're going to try to let you guys live vicariously through us as much as possible and get all the cool stuff that you might not be able to see elsewhere. And we just want to chat, so come hang out there. We're probably going to do a bunch of like hangout streams, or at least a few hangout streams, like after the days are done, and talk about our experiences. You can come and ask questions. We'll hopefully get some videos up there too for you guys. We'll see how, as much as our, technology allows in this new
Mhm.
place, because it's not, not like our normal location. But yeah, come join Facebook, Discord, and Twitch. Facebook's the Gaming Hub forums, by the way, and you can get links to Discord as well. Also follow us on Twitter. We're going to be sending out thousands of tweets, hopefully, probably, at TXH Gaming Hub. Just tweets after tweets about all our experiences, like, our immediate reactions will be right there, will be the best place to see them. And then finally, if you want to email us, like a question about the show, you can the Gaming Hub Podcast at gmail.com. And also find us on YouTube at the Gaming Hub Podcast. We have some E3 preview videos up already if you're looking for E3 content. And then this will be up on YouTube if you want to watch the video version, plus a bunch of other stuff, especially starting tomorrow with EA Play, going into Sunday and Monday and the rest of E3.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you, Steven. And if you'd like to help support the community and support the show, we'd love for you to do that. There's a couple different ways to do so. You can head on over to Twitch, where we're broadcasting right now, live with our predictions episode. And if you are an Amazon Prime member, you get a free Twitch Prime sub to use every single month. And if you choose to spend that on us, we'd really, really appreciate that. And if not, spend it on somebody, help them grow and achieve their goals. Also, we have a Patreon page, patreon.com/gaminghub. For as little as $2 a month, you get a lot of exclusive content, which there will be quite a bit of in this next week. It might just be timed exclusive content, but it's still there for patrons first in a lot of cases. And for as little as $5 a month, you get all of that, plus an entry, at least one entry, into a monthly giveaway just for patrons for $60 in gift cards to the console of your choice. And I'm guessing after this next week, there's going to be some stuff you might want to get. So a $60 gift card might go a long way. And it helps support the show and the community, helps us do better giveaways and do trips like this where we can go to E3 and provide coverage for you. All right. Guys, let's jump in. And like I said, so we do have a question here, Mortem Gamer. Is this the first time we've all been together in person? It is.
Oh,
I know. And so just, I guess, a little bit of background, because we do get the question occasionally. So Graham and I have known each other for, what, almost 4 years?
almost 4, I'm pretty sure.
Yep. Almost 4 years. And Steven...
Wonderful years.
Steven, we met as a listener.
I did. I was a listener.
He was a listener, and he was a listener who wanted to win Battlefield 1 once upon a time.
Yes. A long time ago.
And that's, back when Battlefield was fun. And
Sure.
you wanted to win it. Now you're going to talk crap about it.
Well, I mean, that's true. I just
So, no, you joined as a listener and you started playing NHL with us, and NHL is a common thread amongst our friendship here.
Yeah,
There's
no,
us
for
all
sure.
meeting,
For sure.
and Graham and I met playing that game.
Yes.
And you jumped in one day, this really nice guy from Canada who...
I thought you were talking about
Little did
me
he
for
know.
a second.
No. And I remember Steven posted, we didn't understand the Steven sarcasm
Yeah.
yet. But what did you say?
I said, do you guys want to like all-star or something
It
like
was
that?
like an elite
An
or something.
elite
Something
center.
like that.
Elite
Yeah, it was
center.
like an elite EASHL player. And we're like, sure, why not? And he comes in, and he was a little rusty at first.
I was
But-
amazing all the time.
But he does have 2 10-point games under his belt.
210.
Mhm.
I only
It's
witnessed one of them, though, so
Yeah.
I can't confirm the other one.
And Graham has a game where he allowed like 42 goals.
Yes, and it was on Twitch.
It was on Twitch. Graham, why didn't you quit?
Yeah, I just wanted the same thing. I was like, that'd be miserable.
Because, I take it as a learning experience and I battle through.
But that,
You
dude,
didn't
that,
learn-
that other guy was probably so pissed that you didn't quit.
Well, there we go. I like pissing people off sometimes.
All right.
If you really
fair
wanted
To
to
me,
make
it's a
him,
little bit of a victory.
if you really
Yeah.
wanted to make him mad, you should have not skipped any of the cutscenes either, or the replays.
Sometimes I do that.
That annoys me so much when we're playing.
Like, sometimes I'll just, put down the controller and I'll just walk away and I'll just let the game run. But that's not good etiquette. I try to avoid it. Sometimes I get really angry and frustrated, but I'm like, nope, I'm going to see this through. Because I've been on the other end of it, too, where I've been, winning, 3-0 or 4-0, and then they just quit. And I'm like, come on, man.
That means I can get into a game faster. I love when it happens
Yes.
in the show.
Yep.
Especially when I need to win a certain amount of games, like for these challenges, and it's like win
Yep.
10 games, and it's like, ooh, you quit in the first inning because you gave up a run.
Yeah.
I'll take
Absolutely.
it.
You're
No
100% right.
problem there.
All right. My opinion on that has changed over time. I used to hate when people would quit. Now I'm with you. It's just that I don't have as much time anymore, so I value that more.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
That's
You
understandable.
get more games in.
yep, I can get a new game in without having to just go through the motions in a game that either I'm clearly going to win or clearly going to lose.
Yep.
All right.
But
Anyway,
there's always hope.
Sure.
no, Graham, there was not hope
Just
that
like
game.
Samwise Gamgee said, there's always hope.
Okay, that's a fake story.
Is that from
Where they
Star
could have
Wars?
just taken the birds to the mountain at the beginning. and it was over.
No, there is.
The birds weren't available at that
Yeah,
time.
and they would have just been shot down by the cannons that Saruman had.
Okay, sure. Um,
By the trebuchets,
anyway,
the flying
Um,
dragons.
and one other question here. And by the way, ask questions throughout Twitch. We'll answer them as we go. Like we said, a little bit less formal here
Oh,
during
I got
E3.
some support here.
I know, I saw that.
That's ridiculous.
But
I appreciate support, Tony.
You guys are much better than us too.
So-
over here.
do we plan on doing live videos from now on? Yes, we do. The only exception might be the very first episode we do after E3, because Steven will not be part of that one. He has prior commitment, and Steven is our OBS and Twitch guru, so that might not be a thing the very first time.
Me and my
and-
volunteering.
And the update on my PlayStation debacle, there is really no update other than that they still say that they did take a lot of it off. And just really, really quickly, when I moved in February, I had my PlayStation 4 Pro stolen by the movers, who then proceeded to charge about, how at the end of the day it was like $1,800, $1,600, $1,800 in stuff on my account, on my card. And I went to the bank, they reversed it all, but then PlayStation was like, no, you owe this. And they took off a decent amount, but they still want me to give them like $350. And I'm not going to do that.
I wouldn't either.
So the games that I have on there that I care about that I actually bought are not worth that.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
literally, if you add them up, they're not worth that. So I made a new account, and now this next week with the sale going on.
Yeah, there's about to be a big sale.
Yeah. So,
I think God of War and Spider-Man are $20 a piece. I think Horizon and Uncharted are like 10.
Yep, but the only games I owned that I won again are God of War and Spider-Man.
Now, the one thing I do kind of make fun of you here for is he bought MLB The Show. Have you played it yet?
No, I haven't. And I not only bought the game, but I bought the $100 edition.
You could
And
have
you have not
got
played
it.
it.
It's going to be on sale right
I
now
know.
for like
See,
$20 or $30.
I know.
I've been there though. Like I paid $100, or not $100, but
I know.
paid for full price for a brand new game on release, and I don't play it, and then it comes out
That was
on
Fallout.
sale. It's like, oh, I can have this
Yeah.
now.
Fallout 76 for me. Remember, I
That's-
tried to get a refund. It was like I paid $60, played it for like 2 hours maybe, and I don't even think I played the game. I think I played the beta of it, and so I don't have any time in the game. And I
Yeah.
tried to get a refund, and they wouldn't let me in because I was gonna rebuy it for
Mhm.
40 instead of 20.
Right.
But
You didn't buy two versions of it, though, did you?
no, because I'm not you, and I don't do that.
They came with a huge helmet,
And
power armor helmet.
and a really nice bag.
Yes. Supposedly, I did see a news story that the canvas bags, I think it was today actually while I was at work, the canvas bags are supposedly coming like soon. They're on their way.
Do
is
you
what it
think Todd
says.
Howard will walk on stage with one?
You think I'll get
Actually,
it
it
at
would
E3?
not surprise
Should
me.
I just go up and hey Todd,
Maybe the whole,
Hey,
maybe it's
Todd.
gonna be like Oprah.
where's my canvas bag?
Everybody here
What?
gets a canvas bag.
But then I'd be
You
upset.
get a canvas bag. You get a
But
canvas
then I'd be
bag.
upset because I'm like, but I paid whatever, $300, whatever it was, for this special edition that's supposed to come with this canvas bag, and then I had to apply to get it replaced, and then everybody gets one. I'd be mad.
Yeah.
It was funny though.
I'd be throwing
So-
it back at him.
We will be at the Bethesda briefing on Sunday.
We will, so
Well,
maybe
so
I'll get my canvas
You
bag.
might. We might get it at the same time Graham does.
Yes.
We didn't even pay for it. So, but,
Better not happen.
yeah.
I'll be taking
So
your guys.
the briefings we're going to are Microsoft on Sunday and then Bethesda on Sunday.
Yeah.
We won't be going to Ubisoft, but we'll be watching that and bringing you guys pre and post show of
And
that.
Square too.
And Square on Monday. And then EA's not doing one.
Plus-
So,
Speaking of Monday, we do have something special. We don't want to give it away just
Yes.
yet.
Steven wants to give it away.
Just know we might be sweating. We're gonna have a push-up competition.
yeah.
I'm gonna win.
Okay.
No, that's
I
not.
don't do
But
up. I do down.
we
I do
want a
sit
lot-
down, lay down.
we want a lot of questions, so get those
Yeah.
questions in because we're gonna need them for that special thing we're doing. So get it in. It's gonna be very fun for you. Maybe not so much for us, but
Yep.
you guys will enjoy it more than likely. And we're excited. I'm excited to do it. I cannot
Mm.
wait. I've been looking forward to this for like probably about 3 months now.
Yeah. And did I introduce you to the thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah. And it's actually pretty good.
And
very
it's
well
funny because I watched things like it, but I never actually like discovered that until you showed me,
Mhm.
and then I discovered my love
Yeah.
of.
done. It's very good.
There
So,
you go.
all right. Well, you'll learn more about that on Monday. All right. So now let's jump in to the content.
We be
And-
jumping.
We're going to be doing predictions today.
Yes.
So it's an annual thing where we say things that we think are so smart that all turn out to be horribly wrong.
Well, not
And-
me. I'm always right.
Well,
Graham, I
that's-
think you are the two-time defending champion. I
two
think.
Did you?
time defending champion.
Yeah, you won a game a couple years ago, didn't
You
you?
did win a game. Did you get it?
No.
No. Okay.
And funny thing is, that game was supposed to be God of War.
That's
That's
right.
true,
I
yeah.
do remember that. You did get Killing Floor 2, though, didn't you? Oh, well, you paid for that.
You
Never
paid for
mind.
that.
I paid
And
for
he
that.
loved it.
Anyone knows that's not true.
Oh, so festive.
So we're gonna go round robin here, around the horn, and do predictions. And who wants? Steven, you want to start?
All right. I predict that Xbox is going to have a conference this year.
No.
Oh, come on.
Way
now.
off. That's not happening.
Just kidding, just kidding. I will give credit. Piracy made a joke about that, and I told him I was going to use it on air. So credit to him. It made me chuckle. I was like, I'm going to use it. It gave me the idea. So no, I do predict that there will be an Oblivion remaster. At least I really, really, really hope so. I want it so badly.
You and a lot of people.
I do think Bethesda's going to remaster something. I have a feeling it might be more like Fallout 3 or Fallout New Vegas, maybe even a package deal, though. I mean, if they were the ones who gave Skyrim a $60 release on the new consoles, so they might release each of them as $60. We don't know, but I'm going to predict it's Oblivion because I want it more than I want the Fallouts. But I will play Fallout. I'll play all three of them, but Oblivion needs it. It needs its love.
Mhm.
I love it. It's an amazing game. It's one of my favorite games of all time. So I hope it happens. So, Graham, let's go right to left to right.
Sure. So my prediction is Metroid Prime Trilogy announced for Nintendo Switch. Now, I would say it'll be announced, but I think it will become relatively soon, maybe early next year. But my main prediction is that it will be announced. This is a game that people have been wanting for a long time. It came out on the Wii and then on the Wii U, but for the Wii U, you still needed the nunchuck and whatever that other controller is called that I always forget what it is. And I not originally, but I bought it on the Wii U thinking, I can use like the joypad or the tab, whatever it's called, the Wii U, I guess. And turns out that no, you still needed the nunchuck and that other controller. So that was kind of a disappointment and a regret, but I already had paid for. So if this comes out for the Nintendo Switch, I'd be so pumped. And I know a lot of people have been wanting this for a long time, and people have been speculating it for a while. So I think this is a great platform to see it on. So that's my prediction.
Do you think it's going to be a remaster or just straight port?
I would say it's going to be a remaster because straight port, I don't know if it would timed well enough because like the Wii is like that was a long time ago.
What were the graphics like on the Wii U? I know you had one.
It was 1080. So I think it was.
Wait, I mean, so they went down? No, it probably wasn't 1080 because Switch isn't even 1080. It's 900p, right?
Maybe it's 720. No, docked is 1080.
No, I don't think it is in Switch. I'm pretty sure it's 900. No, it might be a little more. No, it might be like the base Xbox. I don't even think. Was the base Xbox One 1080p?
I'm pretty sure it's 1080.
I don't think it was. I thought it was less than 1080.
960?
I could be wrong. I think it was 900.
Whatever. I'll check that out. Why Tyler says his prediction.
All right. So for me, and it's like a tradition for me every year. It's more wishful thinking, although I do think it has some actual steam behind it now. I think BioShock 4 is going to be announced. It's going to be a thing, and we'll probably see it if we see it on the Microsoft stage, or no, it wouldn't be anywhere else. So it would have to be there. But I think it's time it got leaked in a story that was about something completely different. Actually, I think it was a Jason Schreier story from Kotaku.
Yeah, I feel like I remember seeing that.
And somebody was quoted saying, yeah, this across the street, this team's working on the next BioShock. You know, so it's a small team apparently working on the game, and that they've been working on it for a while now. I'm really hoping that happens. It is one of my absolute favorite series of all time. And I would like to see them kind of go back to the Rapture environment versus the Columbia type thing.
The one in space or the sky?
Yeah. I would like to see them kind of go back to Rapture. Maybe something where you see like how it all started.
Yeah, like
the
a prequel
downfall
game?
of the city.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That would be really cool. And I think that's going to happen this year.
All right. Before I get to my second one, we do have another question. Did we see the FromSoft George R.R. Martin game that got leaked? I did. All I saw, they posted a logo. I mean, it looks very Dark Soul-ish, except it's a little different. But I think it's going to be a similar style game. But
Is it Game of Thrones?
Yeah. Well, no, definitely not.
I know there's people that are really hoping for that.
I don't think it will be, but I think
Yeah.
there will be the elements in Game of Thrones in the game because George R.R. Martin is working on
Sure.
it. Yeah. And another question we got says, how many times during the Microsoft press conference will they say the words Nintendo Switch? Over, under 10?
Under.
Under.
Really?
For sure.
Definitely under.
How much?
Yeah.
I think they'll, over, under 5.
Under.
You still think?
Yeah.
I'm really bad at these then.
I would say
Over under
5.
3.
Under.
Really, I think it happens at least 3 times.
I'll say 3.
Maybe.
I'll go with
I
3.
mean, I could see it, I guess. I just don't know what context it would happen in. And
You think those words Nintendo Switch? What about just Nintendo?
Well, they're talking about Xbox Live coming to the Switch, and there's a good chance Game Pass might come to the
Do
Switch.
we see? All right. Here's I'm gonna piggyback off KC's question here. Do we see Microsoft being mentioned more times during the Nintendo Treehouse, or Nintendo being mentioned more times during the Microsoft show?
I think Xbox gets mentioned more during the Nintendo show.
I think Nintendo gets announced during the Microsoft show.
This is tough. I think
You
I'm
gotta break the
going
tie
to
here,
agree
Steven.
with Graham. I think Nintendo gets
Yes.
mentioned more times during Microsoft.
I mean, I hope you're right. I just think that Microsoft and, we'll kind of get to this, I think, maybe tomorrow night when we record and kind of look ahead to Microsoft. But I see them sort of really pushing their xCloud on Sunday and not so much what they're doing with Switch. I don't think they're going to look to push people to another console when they're getting ready to get people excited about their
That's
X1.
true. That's true.
And that's I love what they're doing with them. I just don't think they're going to really shine a spotlight on it next week.
That is, unless
So-
my reach prediction comes true.
Yeah, and we'll get to that.
We will.
So
We
what's
will.
your second
My
prediction?
second one? I hope this happens. I know there's people been predicting it in our Discord for a while. We have one, Piracy. He's mentioned it 6,000 times, and that's that Cyberpunk releases this year. I think I'm not gonna say it's a reach, but I think it's close to being a reach. I think 2020, early 2020 is more likely. You know what? I'll just do it this way. Cyberpunk will release before next C3.
I agree with you 100%.
Okay.
So-
I think it's coming
Spring?
out this year.
You think this year?
Okay, so all right, if my reach prediction comes true,
Yes,
it's coming this year.
I can see that.
If not, it's coming next spring.
Yeah, but I think it will be before E3. I don't think it'll be
Yes, I think
fall
April at the
of
latest.
2020.
I think it gets a Witcher 3 release window.
That makes
at
sense.
time
I
of
like
year.
The Witcher 3's release window
Wasn't
because
that May?
it
Yeah, it
came
was
out
May.
around
Yeah, it was
nothing,
May.
and it gave me the entire summer to
Yep.
play it with nothing else around it. I don't know why more games don't do that. Like, you literally monopolize my time because there's nothing else. I think if Skull and Bones was coming, I think May would have been a good year for it.
That's a fair point too, because so as good as Red Dead 2 was,
Yeah.
how many great games did we not play because of Red Dead 2? You know what I mean? Like, we didn't play Assassin's Creed really at all.
No, I started playing
Yeah.
that again, but yeah, I would never would have started it if Red Dead came out in May like it was supposed to. And if online was with it, I might have played online more than the 0 hours I put into it.
Well, and they're I don't know.
It hasn't been that good. I mean, I've heard problems with it too.
It's
but-
a lot better now. Like, the final review for it, or the reviews are coming out now for the
Yeah.
final version, and it's actually scoring pretty well. But I think
But it's never gonna live up to GTA 5.
no, it won't not be
Nope.
online. And but GTA 5 has a more wide appeal anyway. I
Yeah,
think.
No, I agree.
I think Red Dead's a better game.
I agree. Story, oh,
Story-wise,
for sure.
yeah.
That's not even a question.
Character
Though actually,
development, all that stuff. I think Red Dead's better,
I like GTA 5 story.
but GTA might be more fun.
I liked how GTA
Like, in a
5
sense-
Yeah, it
had
was.
3
Yeah.
characters, and you can switch between them.
Yeah.
And like when you switch to them, they would be in like a random location
Yeah.
doing a random thing, and then you would just
And doing
take them over.
something in character too. They weren't like
Yeah.
Franklin wasn't playing golf. You know, he was doing something not that. Like, but you'd get what's his face?
Michael?
Mike. Michael would be playing like golf or
Yeah,
tennis.
I
or
remember one
something.
time I switched him, and he's just like laying in the sun, like
Yeah.
relaxing, and he just gets up, and then I'm like, "Oh, let's go rob kill some people."
Right. But honestly, I mean, you've been kind of burned out on shooters lately.
Only a
but
little.
yeah,
We did play one. We tried to.
we
finish
did
it.
recently. But I mean, like last fall.
Oh yeah.
So you didn't really play Call of Duty very much, a little bit,
No, I would have played more. I need people to play with. I can't play
Yeah.
those games single player anymore.
right? And Battlefield you didn't play at all.
Well, I never had
Yeah.
any interest in playing Battlefield.
Right, but there were some games that came out last year that weren't bad, that we just never got around to because a game like Red Dead, this massive game, launched
Yeah.
in that window. And sometimes I think those games are better launching in that April-May window, give you the summer to play them when nothing else is out.
Thank God I
But-
didn't have to choose between Spider-Man and Red Dead Redemption.
Oh, I
2.
know.
That would have been a tough choice.
Yeah, I was at first I was racing to get Spider-Man done but
I
it
enjoyed
wasn't
taking
that
my
long.
time.
Oh, I love that game.
It was
It's
great.
so
I
good.
want to replay it at some point.
I'll tell you this right now.
Why don't you play God of War and finish it for the third time?
Maybe one day.
Maybe.
No.
I'll tell you guys this though. If we were to say right now, if we were to ask like, who do you think is the best developer of this generation? For me personally, it's Insomniac. They have given me the most pure fun.
Yes.
Yeah, you
This
love
generation. Sunset,
Sunset Overdrive.
Yeah.
Oh, I did too.
Thank you.
Sunset, and Spider-Man.
Which one did you like more?
Sunset.
I-
It was the first time I played something like that. Spider-Man has a lot of there's a lot of the same. You can tell it's by the same developer, right?
Yeah, plus a lot of it didn't copy Batman, but it did feel like Batman.
Combat-wise.
A lot of
Yeah.
in combat, and even you had to you had to go to a location and clear out the enemies.
Yeah,
That was
yeah, yeah.
you did that in Batman
Mm.
as well. So you didn't really have that in I almost said Cyberpunk. You didn't have that in Sunset.
Mhm.
And yeah, Sunset, I agree. I love Sunset. Even the
Yeah.
humor, some people thought it was cheesy. I thought it was cheesy in a good way.
Mhm.
And I like the pop culture references. There's a lot of good ones in there.
Oh yeah, it was great. Yeah. All right, Graham, your turn.
So me, sticking in line with Purple Rainbow Unicorn. So Virtual Console is probably not coming. They're probably right on that. But they've done the Nintendo thing, and I don't know like how well it was been received, but they've released some good games. I've enjoyed them, and it's been for a $20 a year membership. So most people have it. Like if you don't have $20 to waste for a whole year on something, then you definitely do. You just don't want it. But I think Super Nintendo games are going to finally make it there. Like people did do some data mining, and they found that there's like other kind of like emulators, and they speculated one was like Super Nintendo and maybe another one. But they had like code names, so no one really knew for sure. But I think they're going to bring Super Nintendo games, and I'm excited for Super Nintendo games, and I'm excited to see what they bring. Like they did release the classic consoles, but they didn't have the same games, which I'm okay with because I own both, and I don't want like the same games on both because it's like, well, why would I have this if I already got it there? So I'm definitely excited to see. And the thing is, it could be an ever-growing library as well. And with these other systems, it's like that's the 30 games you're stuck with. Nothing else is coming unless you get like a modded one or different one or whatever. So I think they're going to announce Super Nintendo games for Switch Online.
Okay. Any thoughts on that?
I mean, I didn't grow up with it. As soon as they had like the N64, I guess would be the time I started. I never owned one. I just had buddies that did, and I played games at their house, like Mario Kart
Yep.
and
Good game.
GoldenEye.
Oh, GoldenEye. Classic.
But I mean, I can't. I probably did play some SNES games, or SNES games, because Graham loves when I shorten and say acronyms as a word. So I'm gonna do it just for him. The SNES. I probably played some SNES games, but I can't say for certain. So yeah, it's not for me. It'd be for like you and the older generation that
Super Mario World,
grew up with the SNES.
Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past.
SNES.
So for me, I hope it's true. I'll believe it when I see it though.
Yes.
And I think there's a rumor. It feels like every 2 months or so about how somebody saw something in some code.
My
that-
uncle's brother, who's a janitor at Nintendo, saw this while
Yeah.
I was.
I hope that it happens, but we'll see.
And I'm okay with Nintendo. They've been putting out a lot of good games. There's a lot of good games coming this year.
Huge.
So I don't need to go back and play the SNES games, the SNES games. But I'm sure there are people that want to play it. But as an old former podcast host would have said, go get a Raspberry Pi and put the game in there.
But the thing is, like, why would you just stop at Nintendo games if it's capable of playing Super Nintendo games, not SNES, Super Nintendo games, or SNES? If it's capable of doing that, then why wouldn't you put those games in on the system? Why would you just limit to just the first console? I don't see any definitive
You're
reason.
talking about in Nintendo Switch Online, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Why do they do a lot of things that they do?
That's true. I would buy like a collection of all the old Zelda games, or just individually buy them. And I don't mean like the old like 8-bit ones. I mean like starting with like Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
And the
Majora's
Wind Waker.
Mask, Wind Waker.
I loved the Wind Waker on the GameCube, but I didn't understand exactly how open world worked at the time, so I didn't get very far. But I loved everything about it. I'd love to go play that game again.
I've wanted to go back and play it again, which
But
I haven't.
I almost bought a Wii U before I bought a Switch, to be honest, just to play that, and I could still play Breath of the Wild and some other games. But with the new stuff coming to the Switch, I mean, I'm glad I have it because there's a lot of good stuff coming.
So for me, my next one is we saw it for the first time last year at E3, and when EA announced their EA Access premiere.
Yeah.
And it was going to just a PC only. I think this year it's coming to consoles, and I think we're going to hear about that. But obviously it won't be at an EA briefing. So I bet if we do hear about it during a show, we'll hear about it at Microsoft.
Do you think it'll also come to PS4 now?
Yes. And I think
For
that's
good-
why
That's a good reason.
PS4 finally, or Sony finally said, yeah, let's do this. Because they're saying, hey, we want to roll this out to consoles too.
Mhm.
And I think that's why they finally got in on it. Because if you give the competition an opportunity to, to say we're going to have the service where you can pay, $120 a year, whatever it is, and you get games day and date, like Jedi Fallen Order, and the new Need for Speed, which I'm sure will be amazing.
Yes.
Amazing.
Terrible. So embarrassing that they're doing that again. But it's just good for them to get in on that. And I think it just makes too much sense timing-wise. So I hope it's true. But EA would be the one to mess that up and not do it.
It's one thing you're good for is messing things up.
They
Do you
are.
think the Ubisoft one will come to consoles?
Yes.
I hope so.
What do you guys think about this subscription service future?
It's probably the future of where everything is going.
Yeah.
I mean,
Movies, TV series, games. Why wouldn't you, right?
Yeah, with the Google Stadia and all that stuff coming out, it's basically streaming and the
What-
price model of that.
And
is
xCloud,
Well-
partnering up with PlayStation to do their streaming thing to perfect it.
What did you think about Stadia's, their rollout in the last day or two?
I worry because there's a lot of
I do too.
subscription and then you buy the games, but then if the service goes down, you lose your games forever. And
Mhm.
at the price to start, I don't know if I like it. It's $120 to get on the ground floor. Eventually, it will come to where you can what is it called, the Google Chromecast, and so I don't know if it'll cost as much if you use that on your TV, but I don't know. I don't love the pricing model of it, and I don't like some of the drawbacks. Maybe I guess would be the best thing, or potential issues that could arise that they haven't really clarified. So we'll see. The streaming thing, I mean, it's interesting. I don't mind the subscription service. We've done it with TV for years now. It's been about a decade.
We're pretty well trained
Yeah.
with that.
I mean, we have Disney. There's Disney, Amazon Prime, Hulu, Netflix, HBO, Showtime, Stars. All of those can be individually purchased, not just through your cable. I mean, heck, you can even get cable as a subscription service now. You can get Hulu Live, YouTube TV, DirecTV Now, I think it's what it's called. Plus, there's just NBC Sports Gold. Everything has a subscription model in the TV world. So it doesn't surprise me at all that the gaming world might go to something like that. Because you can milk people for money because they forget to cancel, and then they just...
No, I don't. I mean, yes, I do.
I mean, I can't tell you the last time I used Netflix, but I never think about canceling. I should cancel.
Well, I'll tell you, I think...
If I cancel, my family will disown me.
Yeah, but I
Right.
don't have Netflix, that's why.
For me personally, I used to have a collection, I still do, of 500 Blu-rays.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous. I
That's
know.
pretty ridiculous.
And but now I when I buy things, I generally buy digitally.
Yes.
I
Me too.
don't necessarily buy it physically. I buy Star Wars movies physically, and maybe Avengers or big blockbusters that I want to see in native 4K off the disc.
Yeah.
Anyway, my thing on Stadia is if it was just subscription based, where you pay this monthly fee and you can play anything, I'm okay with that for a streaming service. But when you have to buy a game and then stream it to play it, I have an issue with that.
And do you still have your data cap? And you had it when you were in Chicago.
I don't anymore, but a lot of people do. If you use Comcast, you have one.
Yeah. So it sucks for them because they're not gonna be able to do it. Because it said like for 4K gaming, it's like 12 Is it 12 terabytes or 12 gig?
I would say
it's 12
gigabytes.
It's gigs.
Yeah, terabyte is way too big.
12 gigabytes download for 65 hours of 4K streaming, I think.
What?
Yep. That's how much data.
For how many hours?
65.
65 hours?
That's
Yeah.
pretty.
That
low.
sounds.
That sounds
I think
really
it was
low.
higher
Your numbers,
data-wise.
your numbers seem, yeah. Well, if it's 65 hours, then you're probably up to terabytes. And
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
that's
probably
what I'm
are
saying.
in the terabyte.
why would
range
you say
at that point.
65 hours?
Because
though?
that's what it was saying. That's what they
It
said.
seems like a weird number to compare it to.
Mm.
Like if you're watching 65 hours of something, that's a lot.
Is that much though? Like, yeah, okay. Stadia will use it. Sorry, I said 12. A terabyte of data for every 65 hours of 4K gaming.
Wow.
Okay.
That's,
65 is not that much in gaming.
No.
No.
Not if you're a hardcore gamer enough that you want this.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, the
I-
thing is, then you need fast internet too. It's,
Yep.
It's not all about.
Actually, no. I saw the. Basically, for 720, it was like 5 down. 1080 was like 10 to 20 down. It wasn't that much. It was if you have 100 down, and I think it was less. You can do 4K streaming.
oh yeah,
It was
oh,
that
yeah.
good.
You can for 100.
And most, I mean, I'm not saying most people. If you're one of the people that like have AT&T, I mean, I
Mhm.
remember when I was getting internet, and they were like, internet's great. Like you can get up to 20 down, and I'm like, that's not enough
no, it's not.
because it's not cable. That's the problem. And I mean,
Right.
unfortunately, Google Fiber isn't out for everybody.
Mhm.
But when it is, but Google, I mean, then you have to talk. Is Google like taking over too much stuff because you can now get their internet and streaming console? and
Yeah.
you have that issue, but I mean, I want Google Fiber because you can get like 2 terabytes of data for the same price you get 100 megabits down.
I mean, it's a fair question. Google's taking over a lot of stuff. Amazon's taking over a lot of stuff. Disney's taking over a lot on the entertainment side too.
Yeah.
You know, I
And
don't
how
know, I
long?
don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, to be honest with you.
I mean,
So-
it's good until it's not. I mean, I
Right.
think that's how it works. It's good because you get all this stuff for like in one thing, one location,
Mhm.
like with Google, and then then you find out they're taking your data and selling it to people. Like, I
Mhm.
mean, that was Facebook's issue, and all of a sudden you're upset. So I don't know. I mean, it is what it is. I guess you got to think to yourself and
Mhm.
do something about it if you
Right.
don't like it.
Yeah. So we're getting off track.
Yeah, we
Let's
Way
go
off
back.
track.
Let's go
Little
back
bit,
to
little
Steven.
Bring it back.
Steven, your third prediction.
All right, this is kind of a reach, but it's not my reach.
it's
So
a pre-reach.
I am predicting that the Harry Potter open world game is going to get shown in some form or fashion at E3 this year.
Okay.
It's one of the things I hope happens. I love the idea of it. Harry Potter is one of my favorite movie series, book series. I've read the
Mhm.
books countless times, watched the movies probably more times than read the books. Love everything about it, up until certain things that shall remain nameless recently. But I like the world of Harry Potter, and I want a game. I think we could get some really cool stuff.
Mhm.
I was always hoping, like, every time you'd play Skyrim and you go, like, or even Oblivion and the Mages College, it just made me want a Harry Potter game that much more. And so I hope we see it. I hope it's good, as I hope every game is good. But that's my prediction.
Okay. I hope we see it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's been strongly rumored a few times.
It hasn't, up until the point of there being video that was, like, taken down by
Yeah.
WB was it like a year
It
ago?
was about a year ago. That's what makes me think there's something happening.
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, the one worry is it wasn't far enough in development for them to feel comfortable showing it, and, like, it might
Yeah.
get canceled. But
But that was a year ago, though. You know,
I know.
Like, a lot
Well,
could
we'll
change.
see. I hope it happens.
Yeah.
love
I hope it
Okay.
happens for your case. It's not something that like I want, but it's not something I don't want.
Mhm.
And I'm definitely interested to see like gameplay or like what direction they'll be going with this game. And with the world, they have many directions they can go in. So I hope you're right on your prediction, and I know you'll be super excited. So yeah,
All right.
that's about all I got to say about that.
Cool. Graham, number 2 for you. Or number 3, sorry.
2. Go
Great.
backwards now?
Yeah.
So for me, as another thing that fans and us, well, I guess we're fans of the franchise, we want, and that is Fable Now, it's not going to be Fable 4, in my opinion. I think it's going to be a reboot. Might even be a trilogy reboot. But I think this is something, it's kind of one of those worst kept secrets, but they haven't come out and actually confirmed it. There's been tons of rumors and speculation and things that show that that's the direction they're going in. Like Lionhead Studio, what's the last thing we've even got from them?
They folded.
They folded, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, it'd be strictly Microsoft.
Well, it's Playground. Playground is supposedly who they handed it off to.
Mhm.
Playground. So yeah, I think they're gonna do that, and I think it's gonna be enough that they can actually show some, like at least a teaser, maybe some not in-game footage, but like cinematics or whatever. But I think we're gonna get something in the Fable world, and I think it's gonna be a reboot. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that
It could be
happen?
It could be. I think a reboot's probably the most likely. Sequel could happen. It could get Fable 4, but I think just reboot the series, stay in the same world, tell a new story. Basically, what they do, like what they did with God of War. What I think Halo might be, and I think we might see a decent amount. I have a feeling Fable will be a release title, so we should see something more than just a teaser trailer this year. Maybe that's all we get, but I think we could see something like Beyond Good and Evil 2 was last year, like that decently long trailer. It wasn't really a
More cinematic.
yeah, it was almost all cinematic, but I think it'd be cool. I mean, I hope we see gameplay. I hope the game comes out this fall. I just don't see that happening, but I do think Fable reboot is very likely, or just a new Fable game, and I hope it happens.
Dude.
Microsoft.
Do you think Beyond Good and Evil could be a Anthem situation?
No, I don't think Ubisoft will let it because Ubisoft doesn't let their games do something.
Well, what
like
I mean by that is that they're not going to be at E3 at all this year. And they showed off this thing that was fairly long last year.
Yeah, but it wasn't gameplay though. It was all cinematics.
Yeah, but does that mean it's actually part of the story, or is that something they just put together?
I think it's something they just put together.
No, I think it was part of the story.
Like
Well,
the
now you
whole
guys have
story, or
different
like,
opinions here.
like a prologue. Like personally, I
It
think
might be a prologue.
I don't think the game is coming out until next gen.
Well, I mean, they're not even coming to this C3, so they're not going to show anything new. I agree with you on that. The game's not coming out anytime soon.
No.
I do think part of that had to do with the story. I mean, what did they? I mean, I guess I don't really remember exactly what they showed. I watched the trailer recently, but even then, it was just I don't know. I mean,
I trust that the game will be fine.
He doesn't know.
You know.
I think the game will be good because Ubisoft is the one company that like delays their games, as Tyler is aware. South Park delays it like 500
And
times.
Skull and Bones.
But it'll like come out decently enough. Like it won't suck,
yeah.
except when Assassin's Creed's case. But
no, that's when they were trying to push those out on a yearly basis.
yeah, and I don't think
You
they
know?
do it with the other stuff. I mean,
Right.
Steep wasn't good either, but I think that was not because they didn't,
Mhm.
develop for enough time. It's just how it was. I don't know.
So, Graham, I'm going to tell you this. I think your prediction on Fable is absolutely right. I think it's a guarantee we see it
Yeah,
on Sunday.
I concur.
I'm excited to see it.
Yeah.
Really excited to see it. It's been a long time, and they just want to make everyone forget about Fable Legends. Just get rid of that and just start over with another reboot.
Mhm.
That's what I think.
Yeah, I think we absolutely see it on stage. Well, as far as when it comes out, I think it's a launch title for the new console. But a real quick question in here in Twitch chat. Do you think EA will show more Jedi Fallen Order? Yes. We're going to see gameplay.
Yes, I'm
definitely.
going to see. I
Yeah.
have an appointment for gameplay tomorrow.
Yeah, they will show gameplay tomorrow. So they're going to have the stream. It's the first stream up on EA Play tomorrow. And I guess we'll host that, right? We'll host it on our channel. So
Yeah, we
if you
can
want
do
to stop by and watch it, check out TXH Gaming Hub on Twitch, and we'll have it live for you there.
Yep, and you can talk to all the fellow Gaming Hub
Yep.
bees. We need to come up with a
Yep.
nickname for you guys. So
Yes.
if anyone has any ideas what you guys want to be
Yeah.
called, otherwise it might be unicorn related.
Purple
or
Rainbow
purple,
Unis.
Purple, yeah. So if you don't want that,
Yeah.
All right, Tyler, what's your next prediction?
Okay. I know we're all really excited for it. A new Splinter Cell game, right? I'm here to tell you that that's not going to be announced at E3, and instead we're going to get a new Steep game.
I disagree with you 100%. I don't think. I mean, we could very well see a new Steep game.
Yeah.
Centered probably summer, or you
Yeah.
think it'll just be more winter stuff?
That's what I was wondering.
I think they might go like the crew style and just make it bigger and include more things.
That'd be interesting.
So like it'd be different seasons and stuff. So it'd be
Yeah.
like winter and
Yeah.
like
Because
summer.
the first one
sport.
was just a cross country race, right?
Yeah, the second one was like the open world, like the shared world thing where you
Yeah.
could drive across and it took
You could do the glider and you could do
Yeah.
like boats, right, and other stuff.
You're talking about in the crew?
Mhm.
Oh, I don't know. I
The
didn't
second
play
one.
Too. But
So,
yeah,
yeah.
it was more open world and connected, and you could like, and it took you a long time to drive across the world.
Mhm. Yes.
So I mean, it could. I do think we see a new Splinter Cell. I'm pretty sure that's in development. That's been
Okay.
like rumored a billion times.
I hope I'm wrong.
I hope you're wrong too. You're not even a huge
just-
Splinter Cell fan.
No, I'm not.
I am though.
I just feel like this is the Ubisoft version of Bioshock. Like
No,
everybody thinks
you
it's
don't say
going to
that.
get announced every year, and it never happens. So,
So you said this was the last year you're going to predict Bioshock.
yeah, I
I
can't.
bet you're wrong on that. You predicted next year when it doesn't come
If I
out.
predicted next year, it's simply just because I really want it.
Some of the predictions we've said has been like
I mean-
prior predictions from like other ones.
Yeah.
So hopefully eventually they get it right. I don't know if we still get points if
Mhm.
it's like 3 or 4 years down the road.
No, it's got, well, no.
But no.
Okay, Steven.
Yeah, we're not going to see.
Now we're doing our reach predictions.
Yeah, well, we're not going to see a new NHL game this E3, Tony. They don't announce that
No,
until
The award ceremony.
award ceremony. There
Yep.
you go. All right, my reach, and it was actually changed at the last minute because I thought of a better one. I predict that we're going to see some Nintendo games being available to play on the Xbox. I hope
Where
it's
do
Breath
we
of the
see
Wild.
that?
Huh?
Where do we see that?
It's gotta be
At
on
Xbox.
Which at Xbox?
gotta be on
For
Xbox.
sure at
Okay.
Xbox.
Yeah.
And I hope it happens. And like, I'd love to play Breath of the Wild with achievements in like 4K.
That would be mind blowing.
It would be. It
And I
would be
don't think that's
amazing.
gonna happen.
It's not going to happen more than likely. I do
No.
think we might see some Xbox things or some Nintendo things, but I don't think Breath of the Wild would be one of them. It just depends how close they've actually gotten. If we're getting like Microsoft exclusives on Nintendo,
Yeah.
I don't know why we wouldn't
Maybe it'd be the Switch
get
Online
it the other
games.
way.
Maybe
Maybe it would.
they just Switch Online ones on Xbox and Xbox Game Pass.
So
games.
NES games and SNES games. And
Yeah.
NES and
Yeah,
SNES.
yeah, because when they announced the SNES games
I
go on
can't do
the
a 64. That doesn't work as well.
Well, you don't need to worry about 64 right now.
So just the SNES then.
Do you think Nintendo would ever put out new release games day and date on Xbox?
Yeah,
I don't.
not anytime
I don't.
soon.
I don't.
I don't
do.
know.
Not anytime soon though.
Okay.
There might be a point where Nintendo just stops making hardware and like
Oh, I don't see it.
That's
the
not
Switch
happening.
is so
The Switch
successful.
is like, yeah.
I said, there
That's
might
crazy
be a
talk.
point.
That's
Okay.
crazy talk, Steven.
You never said a day. It might be after we're dead.
Yeah, it could,
In
yeah.
300 years from now.
Yes, now you're going Purple
300,
Rainbow Unicorn.
300.
Right? Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe Nintendo buys Microsoft and keeps the Xbox brand. And
Maybe.
So,
Never know.
you know,
In 300 years.
300
All
years. Yeah, exactly. All right, what's yours then,
Okay.
Graham?
Graham, your
Okay,
reach prediction.
Mine, I can't elaborate on much because it's far fetched, but I think we're going to get a Fallout 5 teaser trailer. Not going to be much. Could
No way.
even just be like a logo or something that they did with like the Elder Scrolls 6. Like, it's not going to be much. It's just going to let us know that Fallout 76 was a debacle, and basically that was kind of based off the same engine as Fallout 4, right? So not a lot had to go into making 76. Well, they probably should have put more into it, but anyways. So I think they're trying to, like, they're going to support it, but I still think they want to, like, show people what is coming next, and that is going to be Fallout 5.
There's no way they work
But
on
it's not gonna be
three big
any
projects
gameplay.
at one time. That would be. I'm going to say this
But
wrong
are they from
because
different studios? Like,
does Bethesda have a couple studios? Sorry about that noise if you guys can
Yeah,
hear it.
we have a doggo outside.
Yeah, it's like
Tyler, do you bring
it's
your
like we're
dogs with
back
you?
at
No.
our own houses.
they follow
Um,
us.
yes.
It's like,
But we have the Elder Scrolls 6 with that little tease. Is it Starfield?
Starfield.
Okay, I said it right because I always say Star Citizen, and that's the really bad Kickstarter game that people keep playing, but is also failing and dying. It's really interesting. Just that whole situation. So I messed that up. So that would be the Elder Scrolls 6, Starfields, and then Fallout 5. You're saying I don't think they have enough people to work on 3 big projects. Like, those 3 games are going to be massive.
Yeah, especially Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah, but I think Starfield is going to be just as big as the Fallout and Elder Scrolls games.
That's true too.
So I
think
just
it's
don't
more
see
likely we see a
But
remaster.
this
Yeah,
is why
remaster.
it's far-fetched, right? That's
All
why
right.
it's
No,
far-fetched.
you're fine.
I think,
Way out there.
I mean, the bigger
It is.
far-fetched one would be saying like one of those between Starfields and Elder Scrolls are coming out soon.
Yeah.
I mean, we
But
might see some Starfield
but I said
stuff.
it.
It's possible. Like I know
No, they said it's not going there. Unless they're trolling.
when they say that. I mean, at last E3 they said the Elder Scrolls 6 was. I think Starfield is the first project, so I mean, I could see them
they-
showing something.
No, they've said neither
They
one's going
said
to be there.
Starfield
Oh.
or Elder Scrolls 6 will not
Well,
be
then
it.
Bethesda, what are you going to show? You going to show Doom Eternal the entire time?
They're going to show
They're
Doom. They're
gonna
going to
show
show
Fallout
ESO
5.
stuff.
and they're going to show a bunch of remasters, Fallout and
Yep.
Oblivion.
And Fallout
Yep.
76
Mhm.
roadmap.
Yeah, and we're going to get an elaborate apology for Fallout 76.
Oh yes, it's going to be in some.
You think
some
they're going to make
form.
fun of
Yes.
themselves?
Oh,
I
yeah.
got a feeling
They have
they're
to.
going to make them fun of themselves.
They're not going to top the commercial last year though, with the Elder Scrolls being available on the refrigerator
Skyrim edition.
No,
and
yeah.
Alexa.
No.
No.
All right.
Last one, Tyler.
last one.
Mine is Xbox related. And it is that the new console is going to be shown off more than we think. We're going to see more of this than we think we will. It's going to release no later than April of next year. So this will be the last E3 that they have to show this off. I think they'll have a private event sometime, maybe January, February next year. But they're going to show off quite a bit of this. It's going to release at the latest early next year with a possibility of fall this year. That's why I said earlier with Cyberpunk, if this comes true, I think Cyberpunk's out this fall.
Do you think Microsoft and CD Projekt Red are like working together to release at the same time?
They might be.
It's possible.
It is very
Because
possible.
it would be good for Xbox if the game released the release date as the new console and PlayStation if PlayStation doesn't come out. Now, do you think PlayStation is ready to release by April? PS5?
No.
You really don't?
I think they're fall.
Maybe.
I think they are focused on getting these 3 games out the door right now.
Really? Because we haven't seen anything in Ghost of Tsushima or even The Last of Us 2.
Ghost of Tsushima is going to be next fall. I bet
So you
Last of
think
Us will be April,
so?
May.
Death Stranding is
Yeah.
November. Last of Us 2 is the swan song,
Spring.
like it
Mhm.
was on PS3,
And
then
Ghost will
of
be
Tsushima
a cross console
launch title,
Yep.
with The Last of Us 2 being remastered.
So
on-
maybe next
It'll be
fall.
remastered like the next summer.
Yeah.
Like
do you
just
think,
like they did
Do you
before.
think Death Stranding will be like
Yeah, oh,
remastered
absolutely.
day of
Mhm.
release?
Well, if you think about it, like a game like Death Stranding, you don't want to release that. I mean, it's great to release it as a launch title because it gives people reason to buy this brand new box, right? But you've invested so much money into Kojima himself just to get him, and then the development of this game. And if you release it on the own new console only, you're only going to sell like
That's
2 million
true.
copies, or 3, something like that. Whereas you release it on a box that has 90+ million install base right
Yeah.
now, you're going to sell a lot. So it makes a ton of sense to put it out now. And that's why, I guess, looking back, I'm not that surprised that it's coming out this
So
year.
do you think we'll get the specs on it? How many teraflops? it
Yes,
is?
we're going to get the numbers. We're going to get...
Is it going to
I
be
think-
SSD?
Yes, I
Mhm.
think for sure.
Yep. I think there's a chance we even see what it looks like.
If it's coming out
Wow.
that soon, then for
It's
sure.
pretty much
If
going to
it's
look like
coming
that
out this,
Xbox
if it's
over
coming
there.
out this fall, we're going to see what it looks like and we're going to get a price on it.
Yeah.
I still think April's probably more likely.
So is the Anaconda the high end model?
Yes.
Yes.
So you think the high end model is $500?
$500.
And you think the other one would be
Lockhart.
probably 400? 350?
No, less. 300.
300 to
350.
350.
Yeah, but I mean, we always think Microsoft's going to release these consoles at cheaper prices
so-
than they do. I mean,
right.
the last, even back when I wasn't even on the show, I remember the convo about the Xbox One X projected price, and that was $100 higher than everyone predicted.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
then same thing happened for the Xbox One Sad.
Yep,
it
you're right.
was-
And here's the thing, though. I think the X, okay, I get it being $500. It's a premium console in this generation, right? The premium next generation will be the Anaconda.
Yeah.
I see $500 for that being right. I think
I hope.
I think the backlash that they got over the SAD has hopefully resonated with them. Hopefully they've heard it. I don't know what the sales numbers are on that box, but I can't imagine they're all that good.
No, I mean, I
So-
still like when you could get the Xbox One S, and my thing is, I like buying things when I don't know if you might think you don't want the disc drive, but then what if later you do want the disc drive, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And now you can't have it, but you could have got the Xbox One S, which is the same console but cheaper, like with all the deals, not maybe MSRP, but I mean it's always on sale now compared to what their suggested retail
Mm.
prices, and it was cheaper than the Xbox One SAD. So like I don't know why you wouldn't just get the One S and have the disc drive in case you ever need it, or if someone brings a movie over. There's all these reasons. Or you might move and go to a place with no, not as good internet, and you need the disc drive, right?
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
We just had in chat, somebody say, Casey said 500 is too much in his opinion. I got to disagree there.
not
No.
for the high end
No,
console.
not for the high-end one, no.
I mean, all due respect, Casey, love you, but it's,
If it's come with the specs that it supposedly has, like,
mm,
Yeah, the only time
that it
500,
needs to have, really.
the only time 500 was too much was for the original Xbox
agreed.
and for PlayStation 3, which was
That
over
was 600.
500.
That was 600. Yeah,
So the
But-
One X was definitely worth $5 in my opinion.
I agree.
Oh, yeah.
And the thing is, like, the Anaconda, from what we're hearing from the inside, is that this thing is going to blow the PS5 out of the water. And it's going to be that dramatic. And if that's the case, 500 is actually a really good price.
That
for
will be
box.
impressive if it does, yeah.
Now, I still stand by my statement that Xbox needs games on the console. Like the One
Yep.
X was nice, but without your exclusives, it's not worthless. I use my Xbox One X all the time. It's just it's frustrating.
How many new titles do you need to see at launch? And by launch, I mean the first 6 months.
5,
No, not like first party.
3, 5,
No, I
3 big ones, 2 indies,
mm-mm. I think
2 to 3.
I think that's being unfair.
2.
Two is reasonable.
2 new ones with 1 old.
Because okay, if they
So Halo Infinite and then 2 more.
Well, there's Gears.
okay, if they push 2
Here's what it
titles
is.
out the window, or I mean, if they push 5 out the window at launch, what are they going to have for the next 3 years?
Well, okay, 5.
And then we're going to be talking about how
All right.
Xbox doesn't have any games again. You know,
Yeah.
Sure.
they
5.
need to stagger this out, and they need to have a plan to launch some in 2020, 2021, 2022. And then by 23, the 2020 games should be, those developers
Yeah.
should be ready to go again. You know,
I mean, how many new studios do they have? Like 16?
there's a bunch.
Is that too much? 8?
I think that's too much.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't
something
remember the
like-
exact number now.
No, it's like 11 or 12. 11 or 12 in the Xbox Studios family.
Yeah, so I mean that's 11 potential games, and you're assuming all these are small and can't work on multiples, which they might
Yeah.
be. I mean, I
But
am.
I'm sorry. I would rather see them focus on or go with the Sony route and make huge tentpole games that
Yes,
are
I
great.
agree. Oh, I agree.
Don't give us games like Dead Rising, games
Rise.
like Rise, games like Crackdown.
Yeah.
Like, they're fun and all, and for the people that like them, but they don't hold a candle to God of War or Spider-Man or
Even Forza.
I mean, Forza's fine for what it is, but
Yeah,
when
but
that's the best exclusive you have, that like quality-wise, that's a problem.
Yeah,
In my opinion.
I agree.
Not because it's bad, but because
We're gonna find out this Sunday though what
We are.
Xbox
We are.
is going to be
we're
doing
gonna find out there.
because
But yeah, I think we're gonna hear a lot about it, and I think they're really aiming to kind of shake the foundation this time.
Yeah.
Because they have the opportunity to do it.
they're simultaneously the one I'm
See
like
it.
most excited for and also most worried about.
Worried.
Scared, yeah.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
I'm worried about them because of the pressure and expectations
Yeah.
that exist for them.
I mean, all I need is games. I don't need the new console. That doesn't win it for me. The new console is exciting, but it's not going to blow me away like showing games.
Yeah.
And I'd like to see 5 to 6 new games with 2 to 3 being close release dates.
Yeah, so for me, like I said, I've said to you guys off air, I don't remember if I said it on the show, but if they show the new console in the first 10 minutes on Sunday, it's coming out this year or early next year.
Yeah.
And the rest of that show is going to be, here's our box,
Yeah.
and here's all the stuff you can play on it.
And then they're going to go into the detailed
Yep.
specs. Yep.
Yep.
I can see that.
But if they show it at the end, then it's not coming out till holiday next year.
Which is a mistake.
I agree. I think they need to try to get it out.
You need to get it because people are impatient. I mean, I'm impatient. So you throw a brand new console like 6 months before Sony's new console,
Yes.
people are going to buy it.
It's
Even
Yeah,
if there's
yeah.
not that many, you're going to get a lot more people that are going to be like, I can't wait 6 months for the new one. Plus, you get people that be like, well, I can afford this one now, and then I have 6 months to save for the PlayStation, and now can have both consoles at launch.
if you give people that even have both right now, or just have a PS4.
Yeah.
If you give people the response, or not the responsibility, but the dilemma of having to choose one or the other next fall, they're going to choose PS4.
Yeah,
PS5.
and I would choose PS5 too because Sony's put out all the best games I played this gen. Minus, okay, so Xbox has had one in Sunset Overdrive, and the rest have been on Sony. Actually, that's not entirely true. There was one game on the Switch, Breath of the Wild.
Well, we've called Sony out on the show before for
I won't because I love
we've called Sony out recently for being a little arrogant.
it.
Maybe.
Well, you have.
Yeah.
You know, I love myself.
You guys haven't disagreed.
They can be, but I mean, they deserve it a little bit.
In their strategy, they've been a little bit. But at the same time, to be fair to them, what have they done to lose any of the fans they have right now?
Nothing.
Nothing.
No.
They've delivered on everything that their fans want them to do.
They've had 3 banner years.
3 in a row. And it's made us forget that for the first 3 years of the generation, they didn't have
Well, they had
much for
Uncharted.
games.
Yeah, and I mean, like The Last Guardian, I guess, and that's about it.
No, the first 3 years of the generation, they didn't have much. Those games didn't come out then.
Uncharted 4 wasn't in the first few years?
14, 15, and 16. Maybe Uncharted 4 was.
I feel like
Uncharted 4
Uncharted
might
4
have been
was.
16. I don't remember.
Yeah, they had
But-
The Order 1886, which was a great game.
Yeah.
It was only like 2 hours
Yeah,
long.
they got lost.
Infamous was fine,
Yeah, it's
I
okay.
guess. Was okay. Killzone wasn't very good.
No.
And then what's the Knack?
People love Knack because it became a meme.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
enough to make a sequel for it, which
True.
actually was decent. But yeah, not
Yeah.
great. Oh, yeah, they did have Bloodborne, which was
Bloodborne.
2014.
No, it was later than
2012.
that.
2012.
No, it was later. The new
2013?
console came out in 13.
Well, shoot, Tyler.
So 16. Bloodborne was 16.
Was
Get
it
us
Right,
16?
15 or 16. So yeah, I mean, Bloodborne counts, sure. But to be honest, like Halo 5 was a fantastic multiplayer game.
Yes, it was. I did that.
It
And
was
Gears
not
was
a
fun,
great
too.
story. Gears 4 is a pretty good campaign.
And fun
With
multiplayer.
fantastic writing, right, Steven?
Oh,
like-
just so good. Tyler, you want to do rock, paper, scissors?
So
You
we've
always choose
been
paper.
playing some Gears 4, me and Steven. We wanted to get done before E3, it didn't happen. But we're, definitely more than halfway.
Yeah, we're on Act. Oh, I was muted. We're on Act 4, and I think there's 5 acts, and there's not that many chapters in Act 4.
No.
So yeah, and we might even be a little into Act 4. Yeah, we're not far. It's just we got busy. I mean, my job gets crazy like
Yeah.
before, literally up until midweek this week. I've been.
Gears of War is why I say the Xbox is Michael Bay the console.
Yeah, so
It really is. It is the quintessential bro shooter game.
yes, and like you're playing this game and you're like, there's about to be something like something's gonna blow up, and then you can just call it when you see it. But the shooting's fun. And
Remember how I said that
it looks
the
gorgeous.
ultimate Xbox game would be something where you could drive and shoot at the same time, and
Yes.
Gears has that.
It does. There was that one
The airplane
chapter.
level, yep.
Yeah, where
Yeah.
you're on the motorcycles.
Yep. So, yeah, it is the quintessential bro shooter game, and it's why Xbox gets labeled as the bro shooter console.
Bro shooter racing.
Yep.
That's their
So,
their game.
but I think Sunday we're going to see a dramatic departure from that. We're still going to
RPGs.
we're still going to see the old guard. We're going to see a lot of Halo. We're going to see Gears, but we're going to see a lot of other stuff.
Yeah. I'll give you
That's
Exciting for sure.
my original reach prediction was Lost Odyssey 2 sequel,
Mhm.
which would be a JRPG, and I would love that. I don't know if it happens. I hope it happens. I think it's more likely than seeing Nintendo Switch
Mhm.
games on it, but I wouldn't mind like Octopath Traveler coming. Something like that. That'd be
Yeah.
fun. I'd play that again. That was a good game.
So, Casey in chat, Knack is the greatest game ever made.
See, it became a meme in the
Oh.
like the Facebook groups that PlayStation
Mhm.
had. Like IGN's PlayStation group, and then I think even Kind of Funny.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of crossover, and
Sure.
and from there, like, people just love Knack, even though Knack was like a not good game. But Knack 2 actually was like not bad. It got good reviews.
All right,
Cool.
guys. We were thinking about doing like a 45-minute show tonight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but whenever we think that,
Mhm.
we always go
Never
like
happens.
3 hours because
Yeah.
you know someone.
And we're at an hour and 15, and really, it's more like an hour and 35, considering that we this you know, if you're
Yes.
listening to the show, you don't know, but we
We did have.
we record about 20 minutes worth.
I don't
and
think it was that long. It was like
it's-
5-10.
No, it's longer than that.
Yeah,
It was
it's like
longer than that.
15 maybe.
We were at the 25-minute mark on here.
Yeah, but I mean,
So, but anyway, we were having
Nice.
audio difficulties,
Yes.
and it was a really stupid little thing on our part that we missed. But you know, who'd imagine that the first time we would do video, it would go horribly
Not
wrong
me.
at first.
I expected smooth sailing the whole way.
Mhm.
because
So-
I get
I
my
was
break
wrong.
during this trip, and I don't have to run OBS, but naturally that comes with hiccups.
yeah. All right. So we're going to go and wrap this up here, and we'll definitely be back tomorrow night. We'll talk about EA Play. We'll look forward to Microsoft.
Yeah.
And although I think we started to look forward to Microsoft tonight a little bit, and that just says like how much everybody's excited about what they can do here. You know, the opportunity that they have. Not that they'll deliver on it, but they have the opportunity. So we'll see. All right, guys, anything else?
No, I'm
let's-
excited.
Let's just.
So one last prediction. I predict we're going to have a freaking blast this week. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh
I
yeah,
agree.
we're
I
gonna see
predict-
some amazing stuff, and I can't wait
Mm.
to share it.
Yep, I can't wait to share it with everybody. And I predict we're going to be really tired by a week from today.
Oh yes,
And that's okay.
I did tell my boss that I might come in on Friday after dropping you guys off at the airport, and I don't think that's going to happen. I think I might go.
You were
straight
going to go to
sleep.
work?
I was like, if you need me, I might be.
Why
able
would
to-
you? Okay.
That is
this-
Because I love my job.
That is
I
crazy.
love
Okay,
my job.
time
I'm
out.
an insane
All right.
person. I
Tom,
love my job.
Graham, we're going to have an intervention right now.
Yeah.
Because he did this last year.
I was
Yes.
so
Last
tired.
year we did E3 from home, and he's like, "Oh, it can't be that bad. It's not going to be. I'm not
Yeah.
going to be that tired." Me and Graham are, I mean, we were only 2-year veterans of it at that point. We knew. And Graham, like, I always take the whole week off for E3 because I know what's involved, and I know it's just it wears you out. And Graham never does that. You're always back at work by like Tuesday or something or Wednesday.
Yeah,
But you took more time off last year, I think.
yeah.
Um,
I know I didn't take off that day off for the Nintendo one, which was
Mhm,
Tuesday, I
Tuesday.
think. So I think I took the Monday off,
Okay.
and I did take some extra days off this
Mhm.
time too. So
Yeah.
just in case, worst case,
Well-
I go back to work. Best case, I don't.
So, Graham, you did have the brilliant idea though at one point of driving here.
Yes, but
And
I was
then-
gonna make it more of a trip, not just like the week thing and stuff like that. So because I come all the way to California, and I'm just missing out on so many other cities nearby that I would love to see. So
Yeah.
I think when I come back next year, I might make an extra week.
It's
That
not a
way
bad
I
idea.
know, and I'll like save up for
Mhm.
it, because obviously I'm missing time at work. We're missing money there, and it's not the cheapest place to go visit.
So, cheap plug. While Graham talks about how this is making him super poor, we do have a Patreon.
I'm so poor.
Yes.
The Gaming Hub, or I'm sorry, patreon.com/Gaming Hub on Patreon. And we really appreciate it if you help support us there. Whatever you can afford, if you choose to support us, is so greatly appreciated. It goes a long way towards helping us do things like this and travel to California. Especially Steven, it's a long trip for him.
It is. Oh, I'm exhausted.
Yeah. So
I'm
we're so excited. No, but to wrap up the story, like Steven, last year you said
Yeah,
you guys were right. This was
Nah,
Even if you listen,
he said it off air.
those
He'll
words
never
have
admit it to you.
never came out
no,
of my
I'm pretty
mouth.
sure if you go back and listen to podcasts, Steve talking about how tired he is
Yeah.
and how
I was kind of tired.
Yeah.
I just didn't expect, like, you're just talking.
It's draining.
And I
though.
talk a lot as is,
Yeah.
so, like, I'm like, can't be that bad.
I do this all the time.
No, I do, but I'm going to miss my kiddos next week.
You'll be okay.
I know, I will. I'm
You'll be
excited
okay.
to do
They're
this,
there.
but, like,
They're there.
I'm excited for work the following week, too.
Yeah.
I'm a crazy person. I just want to...
So, also, like, real quick, new sound effects. I forgot to do it when we introduced you guys. So, Steven, say goodbye.
Bye. Very weird.
I know, let's applause.
It sounds like you're applauding that I'm leaving.
Well, they should be. Graham,
Don't worry,
say
I'll be
goodbye.
in your heart.
Goodbye, everyone.
As the great Phil Collins would say, I'll be in your heart.
Yeah. We would appreciate it if you join the community. If you never voice to do that, head on over to Facebook, the Gaming Hub forums there. We have a Twitch channel, which we're broadcasting on live right now, video live for the first time.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hello.
And that is TXH Gaming Hub on Twitch. We have a YouTube channel, which we have started posting videos to more. We have some pre-3 content, and we'll have a bunch of stuff going up here throughout the next week. That is the Gaming Hub podcast on YouTube. And what else? We have Twitter.
Discord.
Oh, Discord, yeah.
Yeah, like I said-
From Twitch or Facebook, you can get a link to Discord.
And there'll be a
Yep.
fun video of our car ride over here, right, Tyler? Going up?
Yeah, so we're going to be working on that.
And you get to hear my beautiful voice.
Yeah, we'll probably have some videos going up tomorrow, I would guess.
Yeah,
So,
there'll be some stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Some stuff.
including some stuff from EA Play.
Yeah, and we'll give you our reactions on Twitch, or Twitter, I mean.
Mm.
So, follow us at TXH Gaming Hub.
Yep.
You can find links if you're on Twitch right now, and then you just go to Twitter and TXH Gaming Hub, and you can see all the fun stuff, and we'll try to get pictures in as much as we can. Like we said, we want you guys to like, live vicariously through us.
Yep.
We can't do this without you, so we want to, some shows I feel like they come and they don't really do much. They kind of experience for themselves. We want to give you guys as much of an
So
insight
much.
as possible
So
in the
much.
show. As much as we can.
I'll take that a step further even. I said last year, I feel some shows, and we're not going to call anybody out because everybody has passion for this, right? And they work hard and whatever. But some I feel go to these events on the backs of their communities, support, and then don't really do a whole lot to share it with them. And we made the commitment to all of you that if you help us achieve this goal of ours, we will share it with you and make you feel like you're here with us. And we will do that to the best of our ability. We'll do as much as we can. There are limits to that, obviously. There are things we can't do. Some of you asked us if we could sneak you in a bag. We can't do that. But we're going to do it to the best of our ability as much as we can stay awake to do it. And we'll try to bring all that to you this next week, and hopefully you enjoy it. And as always, let us know what you want to see.
Yes.
We'll try to make it happen.
Yeah.
Okay? If you're listening to us on audio, thank you so much for listening. And you can help support the show too by joining the community in all the ways we just said, or just tell somebody about the show that likes video games, likes podcasts. Tell them about it, have them subscribe and listen, and join the community.
Yep.
All right.
And there'll be some giveaways, right?
Yeah, we've got giveaways ready to do all week here.
All week.
And yep, we'll be starting. Maybe we'll do one tomorrow. We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see how we're feeling.
If EA does good with Star Wars, then we'll do one.
Yeah.
So your hopes
It's
rest
on
on
EA.
EA.
That could be the worst thing
That
ever.
might be like the scariest thing all of you have ever
Yeah.
heard.
You may have been
But-
condemned.
Yep. All right.
All right.
That's going to do it for 162, guys. And, bye. So,
Hopefully the Raptors won.
Same
I
time
have no
tomorrow,
idea. I can look check
knuckleheads.
it out.
They did. I think they're 3-1 up on the series.
yeah, they did. They won tonight, Graham.
So there's a big party in
Graham
Canada
is
right
a-
now, and I am not
Yep.
there.
Graham is a brand new Raptors fan.
He is. I'm with him now.
As of about a week ago.
Well, yeah, but I did watch a bit through the season. It's not
Did
like I
Can you
Well,
name
just
3
started watching.
Raptors?
Oh, I could probably name
Well,
them all.
he can
could you?
now.
Not all, but a lot of them.
Oh, yeah. Good
What are
job.
your thoughts on the shove? Graham?
Yeah, he should be banned
You know,
for
I-
life, in my opinion.
I didn't I saw during the game, but they didn't really zoom in on
Mhm.
it. But when I heard all about it, they banned him, which is
No,
pretty
they
for
only
a
banned him
year.
for the finals.
They use
If
banned
any
for
other
finals.
fan,
It's for a year.
if any
Oh,
other
for a
fan
year?
did that though, they'd be probably banned.
But he's
for
not a fan though. He's part owner.
I
He's a
know, and that's
minority.
why he's not banned for
Apparently
life.
he's worth
Because
$2
he's
billion.
because of the money. I mean, that's how it works. I mean,
Yeah.
it is what it is.
But that's pretty disgraceful and
It is.
unprofessional.
Oh,
so-
it
Very
is.
Shame on you, Golden State
Yeah.
Warriors. and
Well,
the-
it's not them. I
It's
think they-
them.
It's not them.
You're still there.
yeah. Just
So, yeah.
Yeah, we're here. So,
All right.
All right, for real, this is it for 162.
Yes.
Before we go into our own Sports Center episode here.
Yes.
Um, yeah. So, thanks for joining us. We'll be back
PGI.
tomorrow with 163, talking about EA. Looking forward to Microsoft. Until then, everybody, have a great night. Enjoy the first day of E3 coverage tomorrow. with EA, and we will talk to you soon.
Let the chaos
Reggie,
begin.
Reggie.
All right.
All right. Good night. Good night, everyone on Twitch. Thank you guys for stopping by.
Yes.
We had fun. I hope you guys did. I think
Yeah.
some of you really liked the video. I like doing the video. We'll get better at looking in the camera. I think
Thank you for
as time
tuning
goes
in.
on.
Oh, that'll come with time.
Yeah. But thank you guys for tuning in. See you guys tomorrow, and you guys have a wonderful night.
Yeah, have a good night, everybody. Thank you, and we'll talk to you soon.
Take care, everyone.